It's been almost 2 months, and I've worked most of those days, but it's been wonderful. We have a really great cast and a great crew, and we're lucky to be passionate about working with each other and working on this particular film, so time has kind of flown by. Yeah.
Good. What is your character? What role do you portray in this movie?
I play Hallie Martin, whom a lot of the story kind of focuses around her trials and tribulations of growing up and kind of dealing with her life. Her parents are getting divorced. Her sister's getting married to someone that she's convinced she's not in love with at all. So love really takes on a sour note in her mind. So it's basically talking about all of these examples of love gone wrong around her and how that in turn makes her really just bitter about the subject of love, and she doesn't really believe in it. And yeah, so it's kind of fun to play the character who's angry at the world, angry at those around her, but still is a really cool girl when you get down to it.
Can you relate to your character in any way? Like, what characteristics do you have in common?
I don't know what particular characteristics we have in common. I'm certainly not an extremely angry person. At least I don't voice it as well as Hallie does throughout the film. And I don't know, I can't really relate to the whole divorce aspect of things because my parents are still together. And I don't know, I consider myself to be a really romantic person, and I love the concept of love and love at first sight and young love, and so I kind of disagree with everything that Hallie agrees with at the beginning of the film, but her attitude towards love obviously changes and evolves throughout the film.
Well, then let's get to, what does love mean to you?
What does love mean to me? I don't know. I don't know what it really means when you come down to it, because I'm still 18 and I'm still figuring it out, and I feel like I've been in love before, but I don't know if it was really true love, because I don't have another experience or an example to kind of compare it with. So who knows? I'm kind of undecided about love, but I definitely consider myself to be romantic, and I believe in it completely. I don't know what my particular definition is at this point.
Yeah. What makes this film unique from other films that people are used to seeing in theaters? How is this different?
Good question. How is it different? I think it's a similar story told in a very different light. We're all really passionate about working on this film and making it as creative as possible. And I don't know. I guess it's up to people to decide how it's really different.
What was it like working with this cast? Have you worked with anyone here?
I've never worked with any of the crew or the cast before, but the greatest thing is, outside of all of this, is we've all become really good friends throughout the shoot as well. And it's just been a wonderful experience, on and off set. And we really enjoy playing off of each other when we're filming. It's really wonderful. I could not ask for more amazing people to be surrounded with during the filming, and just observing, scenes that I may not even be in, just observing them and learning and watching, and it's just been an all-around amazing experience for me to be a part of.
Outside of filming, what is a typical day in Mandy Moore's life like? What's your routine? Do you do something that people wouldn't regularly do? Do you carrots with mustard on it or something?
Do I eat carrots with mustard?
Well,
No.
not like that, but do you have, is there anything?
No day is regular, no day is routine, and I think that's the most amazing part, is that every day brings something new, something else to learn, new people to meet, new places to go. So I'm never bored. It's never the same old. But I guess the only consistent thing is my days are inconsistent. Especially, I think, being a recording artist or living a day in that life is so much different from being on a film set. When you're doing a film, the schedule's just really, it's easy in comparison. You know what time you're going to be picked up, what you're doing throughout the day, when you're going home, what you're doing the next day at work, so you're really prepared. On the other hand, being a musician it has its, kind of repetition in a sense too, but at the drop of a hat you could, fly off to another city and be performing a show. It's kind of similar, but it's different, and both areas require a different, I guess, sense of creativity and a different circle of people, so it's nice to get to experience a little bit of both.
Well, what I'm really wondering is Why did you switch from music over to film? What changed your mind? And are you going back to music? How's that whole thing going to work out?
I didn't switch. I'm just taking a little bit of a break right now. I filmed A Walk to Remember back in like April and May of 2001, and I had a record come out last summer, and I kind of spent the rest of the year last year traveling and promoting the album and touring and performing and stuff. And when Walk was released in January, I did an independent film after with Elijah Wood called Try 17, and then this just kind of happened, and I have another film after that. But I definitely see myself going back into the studio at the beginning of 2003 to start working on another record, because I'm so completely in love with music and passionate about music, and that is my life, and that's my number one thing. It's just, I've had so much fun kind of doing this and making friends, and it's a completely different experience, and I'm really lucky that I have this opportunity right now, so I'm going to take advantage of it.
Now, your whole music career as well, do you write your own stuff?
I do. I've ventured into the songwriting aspect of things, and I had a song on the last record that I wrote, so definitely probably see more of that on the next album.
Do you prefer to write and like listen to your own stuff, or do you like trying to express what other people are feeling in their songs?
I think a little bit of both. I think the funny thing is people are so defensive. I'm a singer-songwriter. Well, that's great, but there are amazing singer-songwriters everywhere, and I don't want to limit myself to just saying, you know what, I'm only going to write and perform my own stuff, because the talent out there is just, it's so immense. There's so many wonderfully talented people in this world, and if I'm lucky enough to sing one of their songs, a great song's a great song, and I'm definitely going to go for it. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously you feel a sense of attachment to something that you've written more so than maybe what somebody else has written, but it's all good.
Have you done other things in Toronto? Have you done was your other movie, A Walk to Remember, shot here, or
No.
I know you've been here for the Much Music video awards.
Yeah, this is my first time actually spending any good amount of time in Toronto, and I've enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I haven't had as much time as I would have liked to have kind of gone around and gone shopping and played tourist a little bit, but it's nice. I definitely would come back like in a heartbeat to shoot another film here.
Okay. Have you enjoyed the weather here? That's the other thing. The weather's been awesome.
You know what? I'm from Florida, so I'm used to the heat and the humidity of the summers, and this isn't that bad. I mean, we've had a couple days that have been brutal, but all in all, it's been pretty nice.
Do you have any collections? I hear you like to go shopping.
I love to shop.
What kind of... do you have a collection of like 4 million shoes, and like you just have a whole room full of shoes? Like,
I wish. No, I don't collect anything. But like any girl, I love to shop. I'm 18. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So I guess like clothes, shoes, makeup, all of that. I guess I collect all of that in a sense.
okay. I heard that you and Kelly Osbourne are sort of either friends, or how would you describe that relationship, and what has it been like, and have you had a chance to see the actual show? And
Oh my gosh, yeah, I've seen the show before. I met Kelly and Jack in March in Cancun for MTV Spring Break. Kind of like, I think the first episode had just aired, and we just totally hit it off. And they're my age, and I don't know too many people my age out in LA, so we hit it off. We've hung out a lot, and they're really good friends of mine. I love them to death. They're great kids, and they come from a wonderful family, and it's nice to find people that you relate to and that get you and understand you, and it's kind of cool.
what was it like working with this director?
Claire Kilner, who's directing How to Deal, is beyond words. Like, I don't think that anybody else could be at the helm of the ship. Like, she's Captain Claire, that's what we call her. She's amazing, so creative and so passionate about the script, so driven to get absolutely everything done. And at the end of the day, when we've gone through lighting changes and sound, mistakes, and just everything's kind of chaotic, before we roll every time, she'll be sure to come up to you and just give you those few words that calm your fears or let you know where you're going or where you're coming from, because it's confusing. You don't shoot a movie in consecutive order, so sometimes you get a little bit mixed up and, where am I going and where am I coming from and what's going on in the scene, and she's always there for you, and you could not ask for anything more.
Well, then I have to ask the question, what's the craziest thing that's happened on set?
What's the craziest thing that's happened on set? I don't know if anything particularly crazy has happened, we've just been goofy and fooling around, and I have a feeling that this scene today, something may go completely wrong or crazy. I mean, we have a helicopter and Peter Gallagher, two things that, I don't know, tend to be a little crazy.
What is it like working with Peter Gallagher?
He's awesome. He's so funny. It's hard to keep a straight face when you're doing a scene with him. There's a scene where I'm laying in the hospital and both of my parents are there. And it's a completely serious scene. There's nothing funny about it. And for some reason, I just would open my eyes and look up at him and start laughing. Because he's just so funny. He's always cracking jokes. He always wants to keep people laughing on set. So he kind of has this little aura that follows him around. So when you see him, it's like, oh, I'm supposed to laugh. It's hard.
What advice do you have to teenage actresses who want to get either actresses or singers who want to get into either industry? What advice do you have to give them?
I always say the same thing, but I think it's pretty good advice if I do say so myself. Don't pass up on any good opportunity because you never know who's sitting in the audience. I sang the national anthem at sporting events. I participated in community theater. I sang in choir at school. Like, I just did anything and everything to make friends and build my confidence and just to have fun. So that would be my #1 recommendation.
Other than that, is there any rules that you always stick by? I have a rule: if I'm not having fun, then I don't do it.
Exactly.
Is there anything?
Well, obviously, I love to stick by the same rule. If I'm not having fun, there's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
I always want to be having fun. And I always want to surround myself with people that I know love me for me. Like, I've had my parents travel with me since day one. And my whole family, like, throughout the course of the film, has been up here hanging out with me. And that's really important to me, to have good friends and family, because they keep your feet on the ground and they're fun to be around. They know the real you at the end of the day.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time.
You're very welcome.
And there are just two more things I would like to ask you.
Okay.
Is just to promote the movie and all that stuff. Will you be able to do 2 promos?
Sure.
What I'd ask is that you say, hi, I'm Mandy Moore, and welcome to WAM.
And welcome to WAM?
Well, or just you're watching WAM.
And you're watching WAM.
So just something solid.
Solid.
Like you're the tough girl.
Okay. Tell me whenever you're ready. Hey, I'm Mandy Moore, and you're watching WAM.
What's the other one you want?
We thought maybe we could do 2 unpromoted, opening up in the theaters.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm Mandy Moore.
And look for
On the set of my movie, How to Deal.
and look for it in theaters now.
That's our helicopter.
That's our helicopter start. Well, it's starting out so people are
Do you want me to go ahead even with the helicopter?
Well,
Why don't we try real quickly and we'll see what we get.
or do you want
Is it too loud?
It's pretty loud, but if you incorporate it, maybe it'll work for the promo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm Mandy Moore, on the set of How to Deal, and check it out in theaters now? Okay, cool. Hey, what's up? I'm Mandy Moore, on the set of my new film, How to Deal. Check it out in theaters now. Thank you.